This is Pageant Chat with Kent and Lindsay, and we are going to go back to our Sky Network pageant program, and we're going to start out by doing some pageant prep with Kent. So
this should be interesting, right?
Right. Well,
yeah, you've got some tricks up your sleeve, including some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be fun.
So what we're going to do with you is we're going to get you ready for a pageant.
Okay.
And so we're going to start out by...
Can I ask, is this a bikini pageant or a regular pageant?
I mean...
Because they will worry our audience.
It's a fictional pageant.
Oh, okay.
But we could... I bet you there's like some kind of pageant over...
For old guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
We'd have to dig to look for it,
Yeah.
but I bet we could find one.
Yeah, okay.
So that's going to be my next goal, is to actually find a pageant to enter you into.
Okay.
We could probably make up our own, but then I don't know if you'd be able to be in it. You know, we could do like Mr. Spokane or something.
Right, we could. And we could not, too.
Well, we could find... Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to start with today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with you with on-stage question.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to just basically, I'm the judge.
Okay.
Also, I'm not a pageant coach.
Okay.
I'm kind of like just a mom coach, right?
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to judge you as a pageant judge, because I've
Okay.
done that before. And then I'm going to give you like mom advice. So that's kind of like mean advice too.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
How big is your
I'm ready.
skin
Mom,
today?
my mom was mean once in a while, so I'm used to it.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of background.
Okay.
It's going to be scored from like 1 to 10.
Okay.
And I'm just going to give you like different, you'll get one score from me, like
Okay.
a 1 to 10.
Okay.
But I'm going to make notes on, so like overall when you do like an interview, there's mental alertness.
Okay, I'm already losing points, aren't I?
Right.
Okay.
Perception. And do you want me to explain to you what they mean?
Sure.
Mental alertness is range and depth of knowledge, ability to think and reason, focus on essentials, composure, and self-confidence.
Okay.
I feel like you have most of those, you know, like you have self-confidence, composure, reasoning.
Until this program, yes.
Right, okay. Because you've never done the pageant before. Okay, perception, awareness of the world around her, but it's him, right?
Okay, yeah.
Awareness around. Interest in current events. You have
Okay.
a ton of interest in current events.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be any current events today to talk about.
Okay.
Ability to discern meaningful goals.
Okay.
Okay. Personality, youthful confidence,
Well,
based on natural charm.
okay.
Sincerity in relationships, truthfulness, kindness, respect, humility.
Okay.
Sense of values.
I'll fail on the humility, you know that, don't you?
I think you're pretty humble. I think you are. Okay, sense of values, areas on interest and aspirations, goals in life, ambitions, clarity. No, you have to remember, like most of this rubric is for Miss and Teen.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Am I to answer these as who I am now?
Yes, because
Okay,
we're doing
okay.
your prep. Yeah. You're
Okay.
not like a fictional character.
Okay.
You're Ken.
I just wanted to be sure.
Right. Yeah. You're yourself, but we're prepping you for a fictional pageant.
Okay.
We want people to
That's good
see like the
explanation.
process,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like as we have contestants come in, we want them to know like what the process is like,
Right.
how to prep themselves, and if you could do it.
Thanks.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
You can do it. Everybody can do it. I want everybody to be comfortable with it. Okay, clarity of expression, correct grammar, word usage, well-modulated and pleasing voice, ease of presentation.
Okay.
And then there's other factors like cooperativeness, sportsmanship, walk, posture. That's stuff that you're not going to be doing because you're not like on stage right now.
Right.
So.
Okay.
So do you want me to tell you kind of how like I judge?
Yes.
So when I start with when I'm judging and I'm looking at somebody that either comes on stage or comes into the interview room, and I'm with a 1 to 10 rubric, they always start with 5. Somebody gave me this advice actually.
Oh, okay.
So because you showed up, you're standing there in front of me or you're standing on the stage, you automatically score a 5. So then it's uphill or downhill
It's
from
a chance
there.
to lose, right? Oh,
Mhm.
thanks.
So just for being present, you start at baseline 5. Okay. So now that you kind of know, I'm just gonna make notes as you talk. I'm just gonna use my sheet.
Okay.
But in a pageant, like for on-stage question, you'll go over to, you'll come up and you'll introduce yourself and you'll say, "My name's Kent. I'm Mr. Spokane," and then you'll go to maybe the announcer or whoever, and then you'll pick your question from the jar.
Okay. So, and I don't know any of the questions, do I?
No. So then you go ahead and silently read it to yourself. That's the wrong side. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, on the other side is such small font, I can't read it.
And then I'm going to read it to you. So if you can't read it, I'll read it to you.
Okay, you read it.
Okay. So the question is, if you could have any object or place in the world completely to yourself for one day, what would you choose?
Okay. I know what I would do. Am I allowed to?
Yes. So as soon as you get your question, like you get, you want to respond almost immediately.
Okay. I'm learning this, right?
Right.
Yes, there's one place I dearly love, and that's a ghost town in California. You've seen the pictures up in my office. In fact, the plan is to go there this summer. I've been there for almost 61 years, on and off over the years. And it's a ghost town that basically mined gold and some silver. And if you look back in the history, a lot of folks know about San Francisco and the earthquake in San Francisco in 1906. No, I wasn't there. And the basic town was built on so much of the gold from Bodie, California. It's a town that had, some say, as many as 10,000 people. It had a shooting of somebody almost every single day. So in terms of the history, it can snow, according to Mark Twain, in the middle of August, when we often here in Spokane and the inland Northwest enjoy a hot summer day. In the wintertime, it's often below zero. If you think about the miners that would be down 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 feet in the mountain to bring the ore up for gold and silver, at that depth, the temperatures would be often in excess of 100 degrees, and they would come up from the lift and then experience often the well below freezing temperatures. And so the town was also known for having serious cases of pneumonia in the wintertime because of the temperature change. I enjoy the town because there's so much history. So many folks left. It experienced 2 fires, the last one in 1932. Typical of old mining towns in those days was the fact that everything was built with wood and close together, and if a fire started, it tore through the rest of the street and eliminated a good part of the town.
Thank you for your answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I almost stopped you because I forgot to tell you, usually there's like a time limit.
Yeah.
And
I was looking at you to see if there was an imaginary
No, I
clock.
know, I
Yeah,
never told you. Okay,
Yeah.
so that would be too long.
Okay.
But that's only
Well, I was waiting for you to
because-
kick me under the table.
I know I wasn't going to, because that's part of my critiquing you, is to let you know. But actually we didn't use a timer, and I didn't tell you about it. So that would be like too long of an answer.
Yeah.
You know what you didn't do? You never told me the name of the ghost town.
Yeah, I did. Bodie.
Did you?
At the very beginning.
Well, I didn't write it down, and I didn't hear it.
Okay.
So, but you clarified it. That's good.
I get that at home from my wife. I didn't hear you. Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
But it's Bodie, California. Okay. I actually feel like this is really, if I'm going through each of the categories, right? So we're going to pick you apart. I feel like there was a lot of mental alertness because you were really focused on it. And perception, like you had a lot of interest in this town. I mean, I could tell like it's a believable story. So
Yeah.
sometimes people will answer, contestants will answer
With what you want to hear.
what you want to hear,
Yeah.
or they're confused or nervous or draw a blank. So it's not a believable story. So I believed I bought all of your story right now.
Yeah.
So I believed every word you just said. Personality was like, a little bit like, it's your personality, but maybe we need to polish it a little.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. Sense of values, it says goals and aspirations. So I feel like, I mean, yeah, that was really well, because you said that would be somewhere you would want to make your own. So that'd be like a goal, and I could feel that, the connection to it, right? Clarity of expression was good, except for I didn't think you said the name. You did. I just didn't hear it. You need to maybe say it more than once.
Okay.
So overall, like if I was to score you, so then here's the other thing that comes into play.
So how far below the 5 in the middle?
So here's the other thing that comes into play. Like there's all of this, right? And a judge is just sitting up there, and they're basically like, are you interesting? Are you interesting?
Yeah.
Do you have my attention? Are you interesting? Am I entertained? That not really so much with the question, but like talent or, like the rest of it. So do I feel entertained? Do I feel like I was listening? So I would give you an 8.
Okay.
Because I liked the story.
Okay.
So I give you an 8 out of 10. I liked the story. I was listening. I followed along. I had a question for you, which was what was the name, but then you had already given, and I didn't think of any other questions.
Okay.
The only thing that I would critique about it would be you gave like a lot of facts about the town.
Which maybe the average person doesn't care about.
No, I think, but did you give a personal story about when you've been there?
I mentioned I've been there on and off for 61 years.
Right.
Yeah.
But not really like something that happened when you were there. You know what I want to know more about is
I
the
knew that
shootings.
would add too much time.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I want to know more about the shootings there. So you said that they had a shooting every day.
Oh, and there were hangings too.
So it was like a pretty violent place.
It was.
You like violent places.
It was actually, and a lot of it was during the Civil War, which you understand that it was California, so it was really remote from most of what was going on in the Civil War. But there were the South and the North there too, so there were some issues.
Okay, well, I give you an 8.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
good.
you want to do one more?
No, but I will.
All right. Well, let's just do one more.
I think Vinny should have to do one of these. I'll let you read it. Since
Do you want them to be? Okay, this is a.
Well, Vinny loves to be in front of the camera.
Oh, here's a good one. What is your favorite saying or quotation? Do you have a favorite saying?
I don't know. What is it, guys?
Welcome to the 21st century.
Do you say that a lot?
What did they?
So you can't really ask the audience for your onstage question answer.
Yeah, but that's not an audience. So these guys work for me over here.
All right. Okay. So your favorite saying or quotation is "Welcome to the 21st century."
Okay, that or we're headed in the right direction, I think, is another one. They would agree.
Okay, and why? And why?
Well, headed in the right direction, it refers to Spokane Talks Media, in the fact that we've started something in about 5-6 years ago. It was audio only, has become video now, in a time where everybody knew about what we call legacy TV. And this is something new. In fact, we're the only station of its kind literally in the country doing what we do with a number of programs and so forth. So it's only been really in the last 5 months maybe that we really have felt that it's really going to go now, and that things are in line, both from advertising and from our program side of things. And I don't know how much time I'm supposed to take because you didn't tell me.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, this is pretty good.
Can I request a new scorer
Right.
who gives out the time?
We could set the timer. Usually people
minute?
don't. Yeah, it just depends. I'm just letting you talk because I want to hear your story. So if it gets real bad, I'll just do this.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Fortunately, I got my vaccine shots in this arm.
So I actually like that answer because you tied it to your personal life and your personal goal. So even more so than like the last answer you meant it because it was real to you, but then this is like tied to what you're doing right now, and it kind of lets me
tied to other people in the community,
and lets me get to know you a little bit better, because that's the whole goal of the pageant, is to get to know the contestant, and then to see how the contestant is going to, like respond in the community and talk to.
Now we're
people.
sitting at a desk, and most of the contestants would be standing up in front of the judges, probably on a stage, right?
Well, for on-stage question, yes.
Yeah.
So there's also an interview.
Okay.
Like it just depends. There's usually like
So
one-on-one.
So what would be some hints standing in front answering that with the judges and maybe other people in the audience and so forth? How should you stand? Who should you look at? The judges?
Yeah. No. Well, it depends, because
I mean, this is an odd situation compared to that setting.
A lot of times when you are on stage, it's dark, right? So the lights are down and then the spotlight's on you.
Oh, okay.
So, and the judges are usually up front, and you may be able to see them depending on the lighting, and may not. So you might not be able to make eye contact with them. So mostly you're just going to be like looking out at the audience, you kind of stand. That's usually practiced in rehearsals.
Okay.
So there is a rehearsal that happens, and then,
So even if they turn the lights down after the rehearsal, you kind of know where they are.
Right.
And you can generally look for. Okay.
Anytime you can connect eye contact with the judge, you're pulling them into you and making them focus on you. So that's really what you want.
Yeah.
That's how you win. Sydney always says that she tries to make eye contact with the judge, and she says in her mind, I'm the winner, pick me, So that's
I'll have
her
to remember
mental,
that.
Yeah, that's her mental note that she does, I think.
Well, you got to use what works for you.
Right. Okay, so I'm feeling very generous today. I'm giving you an 8 on that too. I feel like you might not need too much brushing up. We kind of knew that going in, that you would not need like a ton of work, but there's some other stuff I think we can still work on with you.
Are you leading up to the next session?
Maybe. Okay, so that's an 8. I liked that answer. I liked both of. I feel like I got to know you a little bit better with both of the answers, but the second one tied more to like your personal life and aspirations right now, which really it's the question. Sometimes it's just a good question.
Yeah.
But you did have to ask the audience for help.
Yeah.
So that would have been probably scored low in the beginning because you didn't have an answer.
Okay.
But I'm pretending that didn't happen for your sake, right?
Yeah.
So you can get your 8s today. Okay, so I think that's pretty good practice today. What I want to do is let's do a couple things.
Okay.
Let's talk about the pageant really quick and what's happening, because we haven't been around for months, right?
Well, when we started this with you, a year ago, about this time, right?
Yeah, it has
there
been.
was what was before the COVID. At least,
right?
There was anticipation that there would be a pageant in September, August or September.
Right.
Things got in the way of that, didn't they?
Yeah, it was impossible to have one.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it seems hopeful for this year, but you know what I want to do? I thought I told you this. I want to do like a billboard contest or like a online contest. Do you know anybody that has that I can get in contact with?
Yes.
Billboards?
Yeah.
So we do like a billboard contest. We do like a photogenic contest.
Okay.
Then and
Well, that clearly puts me out.
right. Well, you're not in anyways.
You didn't have to agree so fast.
You're not in anyways. We
I
don't.
know.
We don't have a Mister. I don't have a Mister.
Okay.
You know what? You could be like our ambassador, like our Mister, kind of like ambassador, Mr. Globe. Just we'll get you a sash or like a crown and a whatever.
Right. Yeah.
The men kind of wear those, like the ones that kind of go like that. Anyways, so I think what we might do is a billboard contest. We don't have a full plan as of right now, but we are still taking contestant applications.
Okay.
So it would be good for people to go on the website, which is www.skypageants.com, and then they can go ahead and apply there. And
they can ask you questions there and everything else too, right?
Yeah, because even if we don't do a stage show, which I would really like to this year, even if we don't, we can still there may still be the opportunity to go to nationals, and I think that's planned. I don't want to say where it's planned for because every location changes all the time is what it feels like. If you're doing Miss Bikini, it is going to be in Miami. Okay. Because it's always in Miami during swim week or swim fashion week. And then if you're doing Miss Globe, it's probably going to be in South Texas. Which is, have you ever heard of South Padre Island?
No.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it there. But that could change too, depending on what's going on. I think that's the plan.
Well, nothing's guaranteed that far out right now anyway.
No. Okay. Okay. And then one last thing. I think we should do a word from our sponsor.
Okay. So,
today's episode is sponsored by Skinner Steel and Construction, LLC, and you can go to www.skinnersteel.com or call Paul Skinner at 208-305-2158 for all your residential construction builds.
Great.
Right?
Yeah, and you're looking at other things down the road too, aren't you? We won't mention what they are.
So I think so our construction company actually has branched out into residential.
Okay.
Right? So
yeah, because you were doing just commercial before.
We've always just yeah. But so we're getting out there as a residential builder, and if you are in the market for a new home, call Paul at 208-305-2158.
Yeah, this Paul guy, is he related to you?
I kind of know him.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back with more pageant prep next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think.
Thank you for watching Pageant Chats. If you are ready to be a contestant, go to www.skypageants.com.